one time I was on a hiking trip. I noticed trees, and I realized that trees were made for collecting sunlight. So I tried to think of how I could put solar panels on trees. Once I saw there was a pattern in the trees, and I was like, there must be some mathematical formula behind the trees. And I found out it was about the Fibonacci sequence, and I said I could use this towards solar energy. The sequence determines how the branches in a tree spiral up. I realized where leaves are, I could just put solar panels. I eventually came up with my first model. These are the solar panels that are supposed to be like leaves, and it's following the Fibonacci sequence of an oak tree, which is 2 to 5. I chose the oak tree because it was most likely found in the New York area where I live. This is my second model, and you can see it's much bigger, and it follows the Fibonacci sequence of an oak tree, which means that 5 branches spiral on the trunk twice to reach the same starting point in the trunk. So you can see this is the first branch, second branch, third branch, fourth branch, fifth branch. The sixth branch is in the same position as the first, and it just keeps spiraling all the way up like a tree. Almost as though it tracks the sun throughout the whole entire day, because you'll have collection in the morning over here, collection in the afternoon up here, and also collection in the evening over here. So sunlight's always getting to it. My dad told me about the Young Naturalist contest, so I was like, I probably should enter into this. It turned out that I became a finalist.
Aiden's entry surprised us. That was one of the more applied entries in terms of looking at the sun and thinking about solar energy and thinking of a new way to create solar power. The fact that he was able to look at trees and make a direct connection between the way leaves and branches are arranged on trees and how that might help him think differently about how solar panels maybe should be arranged blew us away.
After the Young Naturalist Awards, I got invited to speak at this conference called PopTech, which was like a conference of ideas. And I was invited to the White House Science Fair, where I presented my project to President Obama. And it was just cool to hang out with kids who also had an interest in science.
We do see that the work that stands out, we often see a strong family component in support. You can tell that the young people have needed the support to build their solar models, as in Aiden's case.
My grandpa has really helped me with building it and giving me suggestions on what type of materials I should use. And my dad just has been encouraging me all along.
They're the problem solvers of tomorrow. That's why you have to spend time with them, you have to work with them and encourage them.
When I'm older, I definitely want to do something involving innovation and science. I definitely think kids should be more involved in science, because what we do now is really going to affect what we do in the future, and we have the power to change the world.